Welcome to another edition of Ride and Raz, Zwifting away with Aled here. We are doing today the Zwift Racing League Summer Series. This is 4 stages, and this is the last stage today. And we're competing in the EMEAW Division B1 today. So I've stepped up into a different group, into our Ventoux group. So I'm riding for TNP Ventoux. Previously, I was riding for TNP Tourmalet. It's going to be a tough ride. This is the 3 Musketeers, 38 kilometers, 1 lap, and it's lots and lots of sprints. So first across the line points, fastest through the sector, and finishing points. And we're looking for team points. And as you see, I had plenty of time prep this time. A mouthful of Swedish fish again. But as you can see, I distracted myself at the start by taking a drink and having to click through the gears and catch up and put some power down. Now this will be a difficult ride. I think there's about 60 competitors in here of mixed drifting scores, ZRS scores. We're still based on categories, so A, B, C, D in this, and some very, very strong B/A's in here. So I'm going to find this quite difficult because I've stepped up a little bit to join Ventoux. But my plan here is to basically get myself across the line as much as possible, or within the first across the line point group, first top 10. And this will give us a really good chunk of points for the final positioning in the league table. Yeah, hope you enjoy this. My teammates today are Dave, Lucas, and TJ. There's 4 of us competing on this race, and I think we've got a very good chance of a podium finish within the league table if we really push ourselves. What's unique about this The Musketeers course is there's 9 sprints and 2 King of the Mountains. So first across the line and fastest through the sector points are huge. There's a lot of points that are on offer. So we can keep ourselves at the front, we can really collect some points. Anyway, first sprint coming up imminently. The first sprint is at 2.3k. Then there's another one at 3.6, 5.2, 9.2, 11, 15.3, 17.9, 24.2, 25.5, 30.8, and then the final sprint at 37.5 kilometers. So ultimately, there's only 2 or 3 kilometers between each sprint, which is going to really burn a lot of people out if they go hard all the time, which I plan to do. Let's see how we get on. Hope you enjoy. So already we are at the first sprint, and as you can see, one of our teammates, TJ, has gone off the front, big attack to try and achieve maximum points. And this is a short sprint. It's only 250 meters long, so he's really gone quite early. But I'm really trying to work on my sprinting technique and sitting in the pack and using the draft to my advantage. So here's that first sprint. Let's see what I can achieve. Not going too bananas, not hitting 14, 15 watts, but enough to be competitive, take 3rd place, and not burn myself out for the rest of rest of the ride. So after that, I'll just drop in when there's a sprint, or where I think I've done well on a sprint, and you can see how competitive this is. Enjoy. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. We're coming up now to the second sprint. Second sprint is the sprint to Crater reverse. It's 300 meters long. And yeah, competed quite hard. Not too bad for this one. Used my aero boost, a bit of drafting. I mean, almost got caught at the end here, but I still got third place here, so plenty of fun. We're coming up to the third sprint here. This is the longest at 750 meters. There's two 750-meter sprints on this one. As you can see, the group hasn't gone too crazy. The length of it, and I think people are trying to work out where the attacks are going to come from. And I'm trying, as I say, I'm trying to work on my sprinting technique, sticking in the pack, using that draft, but not getting dropped, because these packs can spread out quite quickly. As we come around this turn, everyone starts dropping their arrows, and they can see the banner. I've got no arrow left, so I have to use a draft and see what I can do here to achieve. I'm really pleased with that. This WKG group are really impressive riders. They seem to be on the front all the time. They're really good. They have really good tactics. Not working too hard in the group, but being available to finish first across the line or get a first fastest times. So we're coming up to sprint number 4. This one I saved my legs for a little bit because we're almost halfway through the number of sprints. 9 sprints in total. A few more people went a bit more bananas, 10, 11, 12 watts. Just kind of trying to hold on and finish in the top 10 to get a good first across the line scenario. 13th. Okay, happy with that. It's good 2 points anyway. And so we come to a King of the Mountain point. This is really the steepest part of the course. This is Aqueduct 1. If I recall, it's a fairly draftable climb, but with a little flat at the top where you sprint to the finishing banner. And this is about 400 meters long. I think the final bit of the King of the Mountain. Trying to stay in the pack and stay drafting, really, not work too hard, keep my energy levels high. chose not to go hard on this sprint because I didn't know if there were any first across the line points or picking in a mountain. I think, I'm still unsure, to be honest with you. We're coming up now to the 5th sprint. This is the balloon sprint, 320 meters long. We're about 50k into the ride now, so halfway. And I have to say, looking back on it and remembering it, I'm very, very pleased and chuffed with this sprint. It's probably my best sprint I've ever done. So cruising in the back of the pack and just reading everything. Everyone's arrows have dropped. I've held mine to the last, so mine continues. And I've just sprinted from the back here, dropped 12, 13 watts. And I've just cruised up the side, keeping everybody's draft. Just kept going and going and going. I think I take second there. I was very, very pleased with that. So, yeah, this is sprint number 6, 750 meters long. And again, it's the same one as last time, so everyone's taking it easy. And let's see how we get on with this one. Maybe I'll do a bit better than last time. think I positioned myself quite well for this sprint, mano a mano. The two of us go. So I'll take second on that. I'm happy with that. That was a good, again, good first across the line points all there, and fourth fastest as well. So that gets faster through the sector points too. So I've decided to speed it up in these sectors. It's pan flat. There's a few attacks happen, a few breakaways, but they always get chased down by the pack for the next sprints. No. But this is us coming into sprint number 7. This is another short one. This is only 250 meters, and I got a bit bananas. Nobody seems to chase me down as hard. There's still quite a lot of competitors, but I take this one. I'm happy with that. It's a good first across the line. Lots of points, which is great. So, getting a decent haul today. And just like that, 1 minute and 49 seconds later, we're into sprint number 8, which is pretty cruel to have them so close together. And I struggled a little bit here. But as you can see, still finished top 10. And I think actually, I finished 5th, there we are. So we got a good first across the lines for that one. And 5th fastest. Good fastest through the sector points too. Let's sped this sector up again. This is another rolling. Keep the peloton together before the last KOM. At the very end of this, there is a small breakaway. They do 2 or 3 seconds, and that leads into the KOM. As you can see there, 4 riders have broken off the front. And yeah, they tried to hold that for a while. And I think they did quite well. We're coming up to the final King of the Mountain sprint. Very, very short. I'm not sure why this is the King of the Mountain. Again, didn't go too hard. I wasn't too sure about first got a line points or anything like that. I thought it was only for sprint stages. So yeah, and then everybody comes back together again. The peloton comes back together, but there's still those breakaway riders up front who I think are building on what they had. And to be honest with you, I didn't have the legs to even notice that they disappear off up the road. As I say, I didn't really have the legs at the moment at this point. My teammate Dave Johnson sees this as an opportunity to join that breakaway. I think if we'd had team comms, because we didn't have any team communication, we had nothing on Discord voice or anything like that, we may have worked a bit better together to try and jump onto that breakaway. And just like that, that breakaway put six seconds on us. So that, yeah, if we wanted to, if the peloton worked hard enough, we could close them down. But at the moment, the peloton's doing 2.83 watts. So those 4 breakaway riders cruising at 4.5, 5 watts are just going to keep putting seconds on the peloton, and the peloton don't want to work. So with the peloton not working to chase down those breakaway riders, just because they don't have to, there's no need to. There's riders in there from other teams, and those other teams aren't going to force the pace. I'll speed this through because the peloton will stay together. And here we are, coming into the last 2K. As you can see, I'm not concentrating, I'm messaging. I'm actually messaging my teammate, Dave Johnson, to pay attention to the last sprint, to save enough for that. And whilst I'm not paying attention, the pace picks up and I get dropped by the peloton. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty pissed off with how that's happened. I should have been concentrating. It was the last 2 kilometers. I didn't have to be sending messages.
Ah, fuck.
My teammates know what they're doing.
Wasn't watching.
And I put a bit of a shift in to try and get back, but I've burnt a lot of matches doing this ride.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's really unfortunate. I couldn't chase back. I didn't get past.
Drop there.
I've got a decent gap to the people behind me, but I kind of just blew up. And yeah, disappointing. It's all about racecraft and being aware, concentrating.
Oh, man.
And that's something I'm learning every time I'm racing. A real lesson to learn for me here, especially so close to the end on a big race like this, where everybody's competing hard, great competitors, fast riders. They see a change in your cycling style, your speed, your tactics. They'll take advantage of that. And here we go. The 9th and final sprint. Whoever created this WTRL Summer Series, this stage 4, is a bit sadistic. 9 sprint stages within it, 2 King of the Mountains. As you can see, pretty pooped. Really taken it out of me. It was a really enjoyable race though. Super competitors. Super teams. And I think as a group, the 4 of us, myself, Dave, Lucas and TJ, I think we've just done enough to push for a podium place here. And actually, after this race, we do look at the results, and we came second total points for stage 4, which then took us TNP, Team Not Poggy, on 2. That takes us to finish 3rd over the course of the 4 stages, 3rd in the table, which is a fantastic finish for TNP. It's the first time we've competed. We're only a small squad, and we're competing against much bigger squads of hundreds of riders who can pick from. So really impressive over the 4 stages, over the 4 weeks, really impressive. Yeah, turnout, experience, and yeah, well done. If you enjoyed watching that, thank you very much. This has been Aled on Ride and Raz. I'll be doing the Cityscape Stage 4 on Thursday, the 26th. Let's see what my best time is up the Box Hill climb, which is right in the middle of that. If you're interested in doing ladder racing, TNP have got plenty of spaces. We are open for any type of rider of any skill set, and we're really looking for anyone who wants to have a bit of fun, enjoy the group chat, the support, the learning experience. We've got ladder teams, WTRL teams, TT teams, group rides, recovery rides, you name it. And it's a really kind of supportive and welcoming group. So if you'd like to join the Discord, link is in my YouTube description. It'll be at the bottom of this video, and it's in the YouTube video itself. Thanks so much. If you enjoyed that, please like, share, and subscribe. Cheers.